Is there a hotter name in the NFL right now than Josh Allen? Over the last 2 games, his Bills have racked up 90 points, with 2/3 of them coming from 10 Josh Allen touchdowns. Oh, and let's not forget the game before this streak. You know, the one where Josh Allen even managed to catch a touchdown pass somehow.
Here, completed. This is behind Cooper, who brought it in, pitched it back to Allen, who's going to go.
Like, I mean, the dude is truly doing it all and proving without a doubt that he is the best player in the NFL right now, who is surely on track for his first ever MVP. But what don't we know about the Bills legend? Here are 10 things you might not know about Josh Allen. First up, we're going to go back to Josh Allen's roots, and I mean this pretty literally. You see, before he was winning awards for his football talent, he was winning them for a far different trade, farming. Josh grew up on his family farm based in Firebaugh, which is a tiny agriculture town near Fresno. The farm spanned 2,000 acres and produced cotton, wheat, and cantaloupes, which Allen and his brothers would often pick. He told the Like a Farmer podcast that this farm nurtured the closest of bonds between his family, and that the hard work of his father, Joel, made him the ultimate role model. He would see his father leave at the crack of dawn for a hard day's work, and that work ethic and toughness have helped Allen become the superstar he is today. It also helped him rank inside the top 4 in the nation for diversified crop production back in 2014, along with several other awards he won as a member of the National FFA organization. Despite the fact that now Josh Allen is a multi-millionaire and just super successful football player, he still hasn't lost those farming roots. He's been using a portion of his newfound wealth to reinvest into the family farm, now called Allen Ranch, where his family plans to cultivate 2,500 pistachios over the next decade. And now, yes, we've already talked about Josh Allen and just the work ethic that he has ingrained into Josh Allen, but that wasn't the only thing he helped Josh Allen attain. During the earliest years of Allen's playing careers, when he was just 7 years old, his father would drive him to and from games and make sure that every second of their outing would be utilized productively. Joel Allen was convinced that his son was going to make it some way, somehow. So he decided to start his media training nice and early, conducting fake interviews in the car following games. A young Josh Allen would be asked to reflect on the day's game and how he felt his coaches and teammates had performed, with Joel praising Josh whenever he showed accountability and praised the team effort. Leadership is an essential quality of any starting quarterback, and Bills fans can thank Josh's father for helping produce one of the best leaders in the NFL. Oh, and it also makes Josh Allen one of the best interviewees in the NFL also.
Josh Allen, have a great year. Thanks
Peter.
a lot.
Appreciate you. Oh.
With Josh Allen now excelling at different sports and dedicating so much of his time to the family business, he didn't exactly have much of a following in the college scene. This is all something that he was willing to accept though. He has since spoken about how there were opportunities for him to continue his thriving high school career at other bigger high schools where he would have more eyes on him, but that he was happy staying close to his family. Unfortunately, no college programs fancied sending a scholarship offer to a quarterback from Firebaugh High School, especially when considering that his 24/7 sports prospect page simply showed NA. This meant Allen had to go down the junior college route, opting to play for Ridley College. On his debut, Allen scored 4 rushing touchdowns before racking up 2,000 yards and 26 touchdowns through the air across 10 games to go along with 660 yards and 10 scores on the ground. It was a dominant display that proved he was worthy of a spot on a college team, but still no offers arrived, much to the surprise of even the Ridley coaching staff. And I mean, honestly, to many, this lack of interest might have been the ultimate sign to walk away, but for Josh Allen, it was just another challenge and one that he would inevitably beat. Even after his dominant display at Ridley College, no college programs came calling, so Josh Allen took it upon himself to give his career the boost it needed. He sent over 1,000 emails to every single college coach he could find, simply introducing himself and including the link to his high school highlight reel. And you really would think that one of these thousands of coaches that he did send an email to would respond, but turned out nobody did. By now, Allen's career seemed destined to be capped at the junior college level, but just when it seemed that all hope was lost, the unlikeliest of opportunities arose. As it happened, the Wyoming Cowboys Cowboys were coming to town to scout one of Allen's Ridley College teammates, and when they arrived, the Ridley staff advised their visitors to also keep an eye on their young quarterback, and just like that, they were hooked. Soon after, Josh Allen received his first scholarship offer, having been assured by Wyoming coach Craig Bohl that he would be the face of the program for the next 4 years. And finally, Allen had received the recognition he deserved, and his fiery football career was very much back on track. Now, after a successful stint at Wyoming, Allen entered the 2018 NFL Draft as a very polarizing prospect. He was exactly what NFL front offices were looking for from a physical perspective and was a big play machine, but his underwhelming accuracy was a pretty significant red flag. Could you really succeed in the NFL if you could only manage a 56% completion rate in the college game? Particularly when you consider that this is not an area you typically see people improve once they do reach the pros. Unsurprisingly though, the Bills' decision to use a top 10 pick on Allen garnered criticism, and the doubters would have felt vindicted when he completed just 52.8% of his passes as a rookie and 58.8% of his passes as a sophomore in the NFL. But then in 2020, this improved by over 10 points to 69.2%, with a mammoth leap that took Allen from dead last in the category in 2019 all the way up to 4th in 2020. But how did he do this? Well, in 2019, Josh Allen's quarterback coach Jordan Palmer hooked him up with a sports scientist called Chris Hess, who founded a state-of-the-art biomechanical movement technology company called Biometric. Hess utilized 3D technology to determine that Allen's throwing motion happened in reverse of what is considered optimum technique, and slowly the pair went about fixing this. And now with Josh Allen just fixing his throwing motion and with a much more orthodox motion too, he instantly made the leap to superstar status. He threw for 4,544 yards, 37 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions in 2019, increasing his yardage tally by almost 1,500 yards from the year before. From that point onwards, there was no stopping him, with Allen surpassing the 4,000 yard mark in every season since and looking well on track to winning the MVP award for his 2024 campaign. While the arrival of Stephon Diggs in 2020 undoubtedly elevated the offense, the rare leap in Allen's accuracy traces directly back to his offseason work with 3D technology. For Bills fans, Chris Hess isn't just a behind-the-scenes figure, he's the man who helped transform their quarterback into the game-changing force they cheer for every single Sunday. Since the start of the 2020 season, Josh Allen has been up there with the very best, averaging 4,384 yards, 34 touchdowns per year, to go along with 617 yards and 9 touchdowns on the ground. That is elite dual threat production, making one of the most exciting players to watch on any given Sunday. Unfortunately for Buffalo though, their 5 playoff bursts that they have earned are more renowned for their playoff disappointment than they are their playoff success. But luckily for Josh Allen though, it's really done not much to dent his legacy in Buffalo. His dominance is exemplified through the sheer number of NFL records he has broken and the different nature of them all. He's making a strong case to be one of the greatest dual threat quarterbacks of all time by being the first player in NFL history with 35 or more passing and rushing touchdowns in 5 straight seasons, while also having the most games with at least 2 passing touchdowns and 2 rushing touchdowns with 6. 2 of those games came in the last 2 weeks, and it's hard not to see that ticking up some more in the short-term future. Perhaps no record sums up how better than what he achieved versus the 49ers in week 13 of this season, when he became the first quarterback in NFL history to catch, throw, and run for a touchdown all in the same game. And with the 3D technology taking care of more of the technical side of this game, he decided to hire a chef to take more care of himself this year too. This side of being a pro is often something we see improve as players become more mature and in tune with the demands of the physical nature of the NFL, and Allen is going to great lengths to make sure that he is set up for success. Prior to the 2024 season, he told Chris Long's Greenlight podcast that his new chef is cooking things up without the use of milk and butter, just trying to make things super simple and clean. He also admitted that he's looking after himself better than ever during the offseason, and it's fair to say that it's paying off. Allen is clearly the best player in the NFL this year, and his reward should be recognition as the league's MVP for the first time ever. On the topic of food also, it's now a good time to ask yourself if you've ever had a bowl of Josh Jack's, which is notably his cereal. You'll probably know if you have because the box is a big colorful picture of the Bills quarterback one on it, thanks to his partnership with Wegmans in 2020. This has been an annual release for fans of the Bills hero, with all proceeds being donated to the Children's Hospital in Buffalo. Charity work means a huge amount to Josh, particularly when it comes to supporting children who are dealing with extended stints in the hospital. Josh saw this firsthand, how difficult these stints can be for children when having to visit his brother in hospitals as a child, which is why he is so determined to help out any way he can. He also set up the Patricia Allen Fund, named after his late grandmother, which uses its donations to care for children and families based in Western New York. And now when Josh Allen isn't on the football field, he is a die-hard golf fan. Like, he is such a die-hard fan that he has a par 3 course in his own backyard, as well as even having a swinging simulator as well. I mean, in fact, he loves it so much that he's been declining his invites to the Pro Bowl so that he can go play in golf events such as the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. He also participated in the match, which was a highly touted clash between Allen and Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. He also took his fandom of the sport to the next level by buying shares in Encore Golf Technology, a golf ball manufacturing and entertainment company that's based in Buffalo. And I mean, even on top of all of this, Allen combined his love for the sport with his love for fundraising by partaking in 117 holes of golf in May of 2024. He was joined by family members and former Buffalo Center Eric Wood and raised over $265,000 for the Patricia Allen Fund. Now, holding grudges is something that we don't tend to see from Josh Allen, especially considering what he was doing in high school about these. Nowadays, we know him for his physical play style and strong arm, but at high school, he was a skinny guy weighing at just 180 pounds and measuring at 6'3". This is also what factored into his lack of offers from college programs and was a specific reason why one particular college did shun him. You see, Fireball is just 40 miles away from Fresno, and a young Josh Allen adored the Fresno State Bulldogs. They were going to be his college of choice, but they repeatedly rejected him, telling him that he did not fit the prototype they wanted in a quarterback. So when they received a commitment from Chase and Virgil in 2015, who was shorter and lighter than Allen at 6'1", 170 pounds, he made sure to check in. His email simply said 6'1", 170 pounds? ? To which the response was, yeah, we got our guy, good luck. And since that email, I think it's fair to say that they completely regret their decision now. And if you want to see why the Buffalo Bills know exactly what they're doing, then click this video right here.